Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gerri.
Well, our next guest says he's seen these predatory practices firsthand. Charlie Kirk is the founder and executive director for Turning Point USA. Welcome back to the show. Great to have you here. You say you've seen it firsthand.
Absolutely.
What have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen it firsthand. I'm here in Chicago. A lot of my friends and peers that are knee-deep in student loan debt that have just graduated college, they have told me that they've heard these radio ads, they've seen the ads on the internet, and they've put over their credit card and their bank information, and they just disappear. I mean, there's no service rendered. And also, that's really disappointing, and it's unscrupulous. It's immoral behavior by these companies. But I will say this, I think that this conversation needs to include how are we going to prevent these students from getting into student loan debt in the future, because we know that it's a problem, but we just can't treat the symptom. We just can't tell students not to go after these companies. We should try to have a conversation not to get students into student loan debt the way they are in the future, and I think that needs to be part of the conversation.
You make a very good point, because there is a pot of money out there and a lot of distress, and so what happens? You know, at the end of the day, there are scam artists who are attracted to this and want to set up a business plan around it, and according to General Madigan, that's exactly what's happening. It creates so many problems, all this free and easy college money that's out there that is offered willy-nilly to students with no limitations, really. When you think about it, it creates problems for them. It creates problems for their parents. When you look at this kind of practice, what do you take away? What are you telling your friends who call you up and say, oh, my goodness, I dealt with one of these companies, and I don't think they're legitimate?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you bring up a great point. These companies are by definition predatory, and they're going after these students in an extremely aggressive manner. But I will add this, that there is another entity out there that acts in a very predatory way, and that's the federal government. The federal government will email high school seniors every single day until their high school graduation, asking them to fill out the federal financial aid form. And they will offer them subsidized student loans, and they will offer them applications for grants in the same manner that these scam artists will. And I think that we need to include them in this indictment, saying that we can't go after these students before they even know what they want to do with their future. I mean, when I was a high school senior, I got at least 200 emails from the time I was in, I think, April of my senior year to the time I graduated, asking me to fill out forms for federal loans. And that's wrong, because, I might not have known what I want to do with my future, and these kids think they have to take out these student loans. And what it does is it totally distorts the decision-making process, and it makes way for these scam artists to come into the marketplace.
Well, if you can pay for it, you might as well do it. The students are the patsies. Charlie, thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much.
Well, from